Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm starting off with that because I'm sure you guys heard everything. The Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs game in Germany sold out within 15 minutes. They had like 1 million people in the queue, and within minutes, the game was sold out. Hopefully, when we get to the game, there's going to be more Miami Dolphin fans in the stand. And, you know, I know it's an international crowd, and a lot of times you're going to have people wearing jerseys from every team, and they're not playing in the game. So we're going to see Hank. But anyway, with no further ado, I'm going to announce Hank in. Good morning, Hank. How's everything up in Orlando?
Everything up here in Orlando is probably a little cooler than it is down there in Miami.
Yeah, no, it was hot yesterday.
Right
I haven't been out much this morning, but it was hot yesterday. So it was baking out there yesterday. I tried to take a bike ride, and I was sweating by the time I put my first foot on the pedal. I was like, oh, my God, it is hot. But, hey, you know, rather than that, we've been having rain every day down here. So that was a nice little break from the rain. Hey, good morning, Ender. Good.
Fins up, Ender.
Yeah. Hey,
Fins up, Bobby.
Go. Yeah, good morning, Bobby of the Fins
Network.
Talk Sports Network. Always a great place to find more Miami Dolphins content here on YouTube. So, and Hank, you're there every Saturday at noon on the Fins Talk Sports Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Always good to have our regulars. Ender's always one of the best that there is. So, Dalvin Cook, that's what we're going to talk about first. He has offer on the table. But lo and behold, the Miami Dolphins aren't the only team with an offer on the table. So it's going to come down to money and best fit for him. Barry Jackson had a good article, and it basically says that Dalvin Cook is in no rush. He wants a little more money. I think he wanted more, was hoping to hear a little more, but he has a lot of suitors, but he was hoping the money was going to be a little higher up in the north and it's a little down south. So we will see. And this also says he's in no rush and that he could take it into not just to training camp. He could actually take it into training camp if he doesn't get the figures he's looking for. So what do you think about that, Hank? Do you think it's just like all negotiating ploys and that's something?
I think Miami has probably offered him close to what he would get if he paid taxes somewhere else.
Right.
Okay. I think they offered him a little less than they are offering him actually after you take out taxes from those states. And that's why I think, you know, the guy said he wanted a little respect. He asked for a little bit of respect. He said that he wanted to go to a team that has a possibility of winning. He calls the Dolphins a perfect fit.
Yep, the perfect fit.
Fine, Miami. Throw an extra $1 million in there a year, close the deal, and let's be done with this.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It can't be much. If you don't feel respected with an additional $1 million a year, then you're not looking at it right.
No, I agree. I'm wondering what the teams are. I'm assuming, because everyone's saying the Jets, so I'm assuming the Jets are one of those teams. Maybe Buffalo, there's been rumors too. So that's like two division rivals. Even New England has been rumored to have an offer out there for him. So I've seen so many different teams. It could be a team out of left field that none of us are talking about, and he ends up like in Dallas or something like that. You never know. You know, Jerry Jones could say, hey, you know, he likes the big name. So you just never know. Some team out of left field.
You know, if he really wants the money, though, if it was me and I was Dalvin Cook, I would wait during preseason and everything. Wait for somebody to get hurt. You know, not that you want someone purposely hurt, but
you
wait,
know it happens.
Wait, you know it happens.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a running back that gets injured. Guess what? You want your money? That's when you can get your money. If it's really all about money and not about winning the Super Bowl, then go get the money. you know, but I don't think it's all about the money for Dalvin Cook.
No,
And
I
he
agree.
has said that. He has said it's not all, you know, he wants to be respected. But, you know, I'm guessing all the teams are offering him around $8 million. This is my guess. Totally my guess. They're offering him $8 million. I'm guessing Miami's offering him around 6.
Okay, well, that's pretty high up. I'm surprised that he wouldn't, who knows? Good morning,
I'm
Adam.
saying if there's a bid, this is a total guess on my part.
Oh, I know it is, but 8 million is a pretty good number because he was going to get like a lot more than that, obviously, from Minnesota. But
they wanted 10, so I'm guessing he's trying to get 8.
Yeah, because he got the 2 million still from Minnesota. No matter, even if he doesn't play this year, Minnesota owes him that 2 million.
Yeah, So, and you figure if Miami's offering him around 6, you offer him another $1 million, that should clinch it. It should be done at 7.
Yeah.
A total guess on my part, of course, like I said. But I think whatever Miami's offering is not that far in between what everyone else is. Offer him that extra $1 million and close that gap, and then I bet he'll sign. That's just my theory.
No, that would be nice. I mean, he really needs to, come to South Florida. I know he doesn't need you, but in my book, I really want him to come. I want him to come back to South Florida. Like you said earlier, he described us as the perfect fit. Do we really? We don't desperately need a running back, so I can see why we're not going to overpay. What some people would say, just go get him no matter what. The Dolphins already pretty much set at the running back room. They talked Jeff Wilson into coming back, and these are McDaniel's guys. Him and Moser are both coming back, kind of do probably the McDaniel talking to him and everything. So it could be kind of a shaft in the back, like, really? You're going to get Dalvin Cook after you talk to us to come back, So we will see how it all plays out. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much turmoil. But, I mean, all of them can play. I mean, with how McDaniel does and keep them all fresh. And he can get his road later on in the season. Don't kill him in the early part of the season. That's what's good about having these multiple backs. You get to keep them all fresh during the season because the days of the workhorse, there's only a few workhorse like Henry up in Tennessee. There's not that many running backs like that anymore that just say, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, So a lot of these teams.
Well, they might want to be given the ball, but they don't play it like that anymore because we all know injuries are going to happen with running backs. And that's why nobody wants to pay them all this money. Because they're going to get injured. You don't want to stack up all these dollars and then have them, basically pissed away in the end of it all. It's just not worth it.
No, I know. But I still would love them to take care of. Good morning, Hammer Time again. Thank you. 2 shows in a row. The Hammer Time comes in with the hammer into our show. I love it. I love it. So, but
Fins up, Adam. Fins up, everyone.
Yeah. The Dolphins have some work they got to do in-house too, though. I would like to see them take care of Kristen Wilkins, maybe even Connor Williams, Zach Sealer. I always mess up his name. All these guys, they all need contracts. And unfortunately, not all of them are going to go, especially if you sign Cook. That's going to be more money tied up. So, Dolphins do have to do some of their own stuff in order. But me, I would want Kristen Wilkins. We talked about it a little bit on Monday. Kristen Wilkins, not only what he does on the field, but he's just like a good motivational guy. He's a team leader. He's like the epitome of what you want to do. This is really Chris Greer's first draft pick that when we knew, because there was some question like who was picking players, but starting in that draft, Greer was the general manager, him and Flores. They went out and made the very first round pick they had to be Kristen Wilkins. To me, like, what better way than make sure that you did well and sign him to a long-term contract, free up some money from this year. Yes, worry about next year, but free up some money for this year and bring the man home keep the man here in South Florida long-term and make him a Dolphin because he's just a guy that you like watching. He does everything right.
You definitely need to re-sign him, get it done. If you wait till the end of the year, it just costs more money. I don't understand why teams wait. It doesn't make any sense because the market will be reset once again.
No, of course it's going to be reset. And if he hits the open market free, I don't see him coming back here. Some teams just going to give him too much money for Miami to swallow because they know Miami is going to be tight against the cap and they're going to say, oh, Miami can't match this offer. they're right
Right
up
now, if they offer him a decent offer, on whatever it is, hundreds of millions, of course,
Yeah.
they offer him a decent offer and make it where it works for him and the team, and give him all these bonuses and whatnot to offset the money, however they do it,
Yeah.
and make it work. He needs to be in the building. You don't let your top players walk out the door over and over again, and then
And that's what
plan
Miami
on.
has continued to done during these 20 years of no playoff wins.
Yeah, that they have let people walk in and walk out that they should have kept. Wes Welker. There's plenty of people that, you know.
Oh yeah, you can name that. You can make a
Yeah.
whole all-pro team of people that like walk up, and then what they have a bad habit of, they want to bring in the sexy new name over and over again, and then they
Yeah.
let their other guy. But then they miss sometimes. They give the guys that maybe they could have let walk. They give them like either a franchise tag like Gesicki, who ended up hardly doing anything. We had to pay him like $12 million last year. And I mean, he did get some touchdowns, though. So I'm not going to say he didn't do anything, but still, you paid him big bucks. You gave Ogba big bucks. And yes, he got hurt, but he also wasn't having a great season before he got hurt. So it's just like sometimes you just, I don't know. It's just they have to get it right, get that right combination of know who to keep.
This year, though, Thirsty, it's going to happen. You know what? It's going to happen. All these players that we have in there, you got Chubb, Phillips, Sealer, Wilkins. I mean, Raekwon. I mean, it goes on and on. All the talent that's there.
Oh no, they got
They
talent.
are going to get after the quarterback with our secondary, and our safeties. There's no way that they're going to hang out back there like they did last year. No, those guys are going to get to them and get to them a lot quicker, because they're going to be pulling those balls down instead of throwing them away. Because they're going to throw them away. It's going to be interceptions this year.
No, that's what I'm hoping for too, that we don't have to blitz as much. It's going to be more of an organic pass rush. Let our corners do what they do well, and it should be a much better defense. I agree with you 100%. So moving on to that schedules, what do you think? Do you think that's pretty cool that the Dolphins seem to be a popular? It could be Kansas City, but as a Dolphin fan, I'm going to be biased and say people want to see the Dolphins. I heard those tickets are going for like $800 each right now on as an average. So it's obviously a demand for that game over in Germany.
I got this thing from the Miami Dolphins that I could get tickets earlier before they sold them to the general public.
Right.
And I went in there to do that, and they were sold out.
Oh, so wow.
I don't know. I guess I must have waited too long or something. I don't know what it was, but I didn't know they were going to all go that quick. So you do have a lot of season ticket holders that did buy prior to.
Okay.
Because Kansas City Chief fans and the Miami Dolphins fans both get offered those tickets.
Right. So
if they're season ticket holders.
Right. Whatever. No, exactly. Were you seriously going to go? Were you thinking of going over there?
Oh yeah, I totally wanted to go. That's going to be one of the best games of the year. It's going to be it's Miami's true test. It's Miami's true test against a team that's just as talented. I actually think Miami's defense is more talented, which will help us. But I think it'll be a true test. It won't be Miami versus the Kansas City crowd. It won't be Miami versus it's playing somebody else's turf. No, they're both on neutral ground. I love it.
I know. It won't be the sea of red, because man, when you go to Arrowhead Stadium, man, and you see their fans, there's like a sea of red. They get their chant going, and it can be a tough place to them and hear your calls and all that. So there's definitely for sure Miami has come out ahead on that. That's a game that's going to be overseas for the Dolphins. If it had to be one of those games, that's the game that I can't complain. So.
I was going to get tickets, and what I was going to do is get tickets, and then there were 3 other people that wanted to go too. So I would get 3 tickets and basically meet them over there, and we'd all go to the game.
Right.
But that wound up I didn't get the tickets.
Yeah. Hey, no, I know. And you probably don't want to pay the big bucks that they're going for now, like $800 a ticket and all that
I
kind of
mean,
stuff.
$800 is nothing because I think I would have had like club level seats and stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
So if I would
Yeah.
have had seats like that, we would have been paying. So
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. So I didn't. Yeah, that would have been a big bucks no matter what. So that's why
because
I just saw what.
they wanted like end zone. The people that I wanted to go with wanted end zone, as close as you can get to the field,
Right.
and they also like club level because that's what they have currently at the Dolphins is club level, and that. So I was like, all right, I can get that. No
Yeah.
problem. The only problem was I waited too long.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm sure there'll be some of the Dolphin season tickets going over there. So
See, but the whole thing is, if you bought them and you were a Miami Dolphins season ticket holder, you had to be present. You had to be there. So, in other words, you couldn't buy them and then go scalp them.
right.
You couldn't do that. So, a lot of people didn't buy them and then go scalp them later.
Right. Okay. So
The people that are selling them now probably aren't season ticket holders because, like I said, I would have bought tickets taking the risk that those other people were still going to go to Germany.
right.
And at the end of the day, I was like, well, I'm not too sure. And then by the time I got on the site, it was too late. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, because I know yesterday they went on sale to the general public, everything that I guess season ticket holders didn't take from both teams or whatever, and then they sold out. But they said they had over 1 million people waiting in the queue, and then that within like by 15 minutes or some crazy 30 minutes maybe, all the tickets were gone. So hey, it's going to be a popular ticket, And the Dolphins are going to be on a couple games this year, but we're the only game over in Germany this year. There's a couple of London games, but we're the Germany game. The Dolphins are the only pro football game on Black Friday against the Jets up in New York. So yes, Miami's going to have some, prime time games, but then also
They have quite a few
games.
prime time games. When I looked, it's like prime time or
like special
televised.
games. Right.
Nationally televised games, they're going to have about 5 or 6.
Yep, I know. It's it's crazy because our
That's
second
crazy
game
for Dolphins fans.
Yeah, I know. Our second game of the year against New England up in New England is going to be a Sunday night football game. So we're getting some love early in the year, So it's
I like that. That's the Sunday night football game because Miami's coming back over from the Chargers before that game, right? Or
yes, right. Yes, the first
I think they played the Chargers and then the Patriots.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
So they're coming back. They're coming back from that time shift anyway. So that gives them an extra time. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have the date. I forgot to put the dates on this one, but those are the weeks of the NFL season. So,
but the thing I really liked about it was the fact that you go to the Chargers. It's like playing a night game already as far as time-wise goes. Right. So you're still set up for that time when you come back over and you play them. And then you play them at nighttime. And then you get to go back home the following week and play the Broncos. Then you go back up to the Bills. Oh, I love that schedule.
No, I know. Hey, it's a nice – you're going to know where you stand after those first 4 games. You're going to know, like, okay, the Dolphins are real or, the Dolphins are in trouble. So I'm thinking we're going to know we're real. So because that's tough. You got to win a couple of those games for sure.
You got to win the Chargers. You got to win the Patriots. You got to win the Broncos. You got to win the Bills. You need to win all 4 straight.
Wow, you're greedy, man. You have to. You're saying all 4. I like it. I love that confidence that you got going on there.
Yeah, I see all 4 of those games as wins.
Well, I hope, like I said, I hope you're. Well, that's not your Corvette. Where did I put your car? I got.
All right, you got a vehicle in there somewhere for me.
Yeah,
is that the one you're going to get me? Is that the new? Oh,
there you go. There's your Corvette. Oh, so any update? Because you were saying it could be Friday or next Monday that you get your actual Corvette wrapped up like that.
Well, the people are having problems with the printing process for my car.
Oh boy.
So it might even take longer than I anticipated.
Oh man. So man, you've been all this time without your car?
Yeah.
You must be bitten, not driving that sweet baby around. Must be killing you.
Yeah.
So, that is like I said, it's going to be so slick. You're going to open so many eyes when you roll into the stadium lot next year. People are going to say, "Look at this guy." They're going to think you're a celebrity rolling in there, But you are. You're fist and kink. You're already a celebrity, man. So,
Yeah, right. In my
yeah,
own mind, right?
yeah, exactly. Hey, it's all cool, man. But hey, it's going to be a fun season this year. The Dolphins have 9 home games, and I say the Dolphins have to win 7 of those 9 home games, finish 500 on the road, and then you're right there at that 11.
Bring
If you
up the
finish,
schedule for me, Thirsty.
yeah, I'll throw it
Because
back up
I'm
there.
curious who you're thinking we're going to lose to at home. I want to see who we got.
Well, I'm just saying because
Panthers, the Giants, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Raiders, Titans, the Jets, Dallas, maybe, the Bills, maybe.
So you're saying maybe 8 or 9 because like I said, this is a year of we get the extra home game. Last year we had the extra road game. So this year we got the extra home games, and we got 9 home games. And I would love. So I was thinking 7. So you're thinking 8 or 9 here maybe. So
Yeah.
that'd really be great if we do.
Well, look at who they're playing. The Broncos, come on. The Giants, they're not doing that much. The Panthers are still trying to get together. The Patriots, we know that we're going to beat them. The Raiders. And then you have Monday Night Football against the Titans. That's the one game another game I'd be concerned maybe.
Yeah.
If Tannehill's on, he can light things up in Miami. Trust me.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna love coming back to Miami, and
yeah,
you know how that always.
It's not like last year or the year before where half of our home games are against teams that you think should beat us. No, these are clearly teams we should be beating at this point in time if we want to challenge for the Super Bowl.
No, I agree, but that would be great, man, because I was thinking 7 wins and then 4 on the road, and that would get us right there around 11 wins for the season and stuff. Because like I told you the other day, 10 wins is like I would be kind of almost disappointed with a 10-win season, but that would be my bottom line, 10 wins, because with what we built up this year, and I don't care, yes, the Jets are built up, Buffalo's still tough, New England's not a give me, and we got Kansas City, as you mentioned, on the schedule. So, yes, it's tough. But to me, there's no reason we shouldn't get 10 or 11 wins in the regular season, because you're going to have your games that you're like, what? We should have never lost that. That just happens every year to every team other than the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Every team loses a game. They're like, what did we do? We should have beat that team. So that happens. So just like in 1985 when the Bears came down to Miami, if they hadn't had to play Miami that night, the Bears would be undefeated, and the Dolphins kicked their butt in the Orange Bowl at a game I was at, one of my favorite games I've ever been at. I was like 15 years old at the time, but boy, I had never forget that night, man. Were you a Dolphin fan back in those days too? When did you become? I never asked you, Hank. When did you become a Dolphins fan?
My father was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and we lived because he was from Oregon, so he wound up being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I was born in New York, and I was born in '66 when the Dolphins came out.
Okay.
And my dad liked both the Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I grew up with both in my household. And my dad one day when I was around 4 or 5 said, hey, which team do you like? And back then I was thinking like the Lone Ranger, the good guy, he wears white, or whatever. So I went with the Miami Dolphins at the time. Right. So I was basically born into it. And, I watched them win the Super Bowl and all that a couple times. So, I was a little young, but around 6 years old when they won. But yeah, I still remember it.
Oh, that's cool. See, I was a little too young to me. I was like 3 and 4 when they won. So I was just a little too young to remember those Super Bowl winning years.
Oh, I just remember my dad freaking out because he said, who's going to win? And I said, the Dolphins. And he put this large bet on the Dolphins and the Dolphins won. So he was all kinds of happy.
Hey, that's great, man. That was good. Hey, that is an awesome story. So yeah, you've been a Dolphin fan a long time, just like me. Dolphins all the way. We bleed aqua and orange. It's
Yeah.
great that you come all the way from Orlando to go to all the home games, and you're going to be riding in style, like I said, in your Corvette with the Dolphin stuff. That is awesome, man. Let's see. We got a comment.
Yeah,
Rob.
I just hope it all works out, because like I said, I'm looking now at these emails that these people have been sending, and it's like, get it together. I'm talking to them. I'm talking to them over in Germany or the Czech Republic,
Right.
over there. I'm talking to them, and I'm trying to coordinate with them and the people down in Odessa, Florida. And it's like, look, I'm not a graphic guy. I'm not a rapper.
That's what I'm paying you guys for.
I don't rap cars. So
Yeah.
I'm not a rapper in that sense. I can do the other,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, don't say I may make you rap here one day,
Oh, no, you don't want me to rap.
We would drive everyone away.
People smashing their phones.
And Rock chimes in. Yeah, we talked about that, Rock. We agree.
Rock?
We want, and thank you for the comment, Rock. We do want Cook. We want Dalvin Cook here in South Florida, cooking up the opponents. That's what we want for sure. So we discussed it in length. That's what we want. Hopefully it comes to fruition. There's other teams out there vying for his services. So, but yeah, it's going to be cool, man. Like I said, Hank, hopefully, you're riding that car sooner than later. Like you say, it's outside of your hands. You're just a guy that tell them what you want. It's their job to now give it to you.
Just at this point in time, I'm just getting them to communicate with one another.
Yeah.
Give the company what they need so they can print it and put it on the car.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I really don't care what they do.
What did they tell you? Is it going to be like easy? I mean, you're not going to want to take it off because it costs a lot of money. But like if in a couple of years you decide, is it pretty easy from what you understand to take off the wrap?
Yeah, they said in 3 years. The way they're going to do it, most people take the whole car apart.
Right.
They're not going to take it apart as much as other people do, though.
Okay.
So they said it would be close to where you could unwrap it yourself. But the thing I did was I had the car conditioned. I've had the car almost a year now.
Right.
8 months, whatever you want to call it. But it's got like 10,000 miles on it already, because I drive it. And it wound up being they conditioned the car and did everything else to where it was like brand spanking new again.
That's nice.
Before they wrap it, because they had to take the ceramic coating off it. So they're in order for the wrap to stick, no ceramic coating. So they took that off. That was part of what they were going to do. So once you peel it off, basically once we peel it off in 3 years, because that's about the time you can keep it on.
Right.
Peel it off after about 3 years, it'll be a brand new car again.
Okay. So no, that's cool, man. Then it'd be totally different. It'd be like having, like you said, a whole new car. But yeah, it's gonna look sharp, and I can't wait to see it when because I'll be going to some games this year down at the stadium too. Over at the stadium from where I am, I'm just minutes. I'm in Pembroke Pines. I'm only minutes from Hard Rock Stadium. But yeah, it's going to be awesome meeting you and seeing the car. So I'm looking forward to it. We got to get Bobby, if he's still in here, we got to get Bobby to come to a Dolphin game this year. And that would be awesome. I know Brett he's trying to get people to go to a road game somewhere, but I don't think they ever agreed on where we're all going to go. So I never saw anything more of it. I know he was like leaning towards the Eagles, but I don't know. Unless I'm in an army of people, I don't know if I want to go to the Eagles game. That's going to be an ugly game, I'm afraid. I know you're more confident. You think we're going to go in there and beat the Eagles, but that's a tough game in my book. That's going to be.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to go slap people around. Right. I just think that our team is just as good as these other teams.
Well, we are, but
and I think that our team either has the edge offensively or defensively. But I don't think that their teams are better than our team on the other half of that. So in other words, if I think that the offense our offense is better. I think that our defense is equal to their defense. And that's the situation with the Eagles. I think our defense is just as good as their defense, maybe even a little bit better than people think.
Hey.
And our offense is definitely better than the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, that I will agree with. Even though I did see last night they were naming the top quarterbacks 25 and under. They actually did rank Tua pretty high on the list, but they had Jalen Hurts, the number one quarterback, 25 and under. I forget the exact list, but they did put Tua ahead of Trevor Lawrence. I was surprised. I wasn't sure. So they had I was eating and I just saw the list because I was at a place eating and they had it on the TV. So there was no sound, but I could just see, and it said quarterbacks under 25, the top 5, and Tua I think was either 4 or 3, I forget. But I know he had Jalen Hurts number 1. I know Justin Herbert was ahead of Tua, but I think Tua came in at number 3, and Trevor Lawrence came in at number 4. So I was like, hey, at least Dolphins starting to get some love. Not that those lists mean anything, but
we got to do something first. We got to make a mark. I mean, we're off-season winners right now. We haven't
we're
done
always
squat.
off-season winners. This is what we need, though. We got to be in-season winners.
Yeah, but this is real off-season winners, though. This is different than before, and it's way different than it's been before. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like this in over 20 years. Over 20 years. I'm talking a complete group. A complete group. Like the 72 team. A complete group we're talking about.
Well, I hope you're right, Hank. I hope you're right. I just been burned so many times that I get a little I'm a positive guy, as you know. I'm almost like a homer, but I also I don't want to get too confident because every time I do, they just,
I'll tell you what.
The rug gets pulled on me.
Those first 4 games are going to tell you what kind of team you have. If we lose 2 of those first 4 games, we're going to wind up 9-8.
Oh, that would be brutal.
Okay? We'll wind up because either we're going to be winning or we're going to be losing. It's the bottom line. If you lose half the games that you should be winning, you have a problem. Because we should beat the Chargers. We should beat the Patriots. We should beat the Broncos.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The Bills,
last year we went out there.
The Bills is always kind of up in the air because we don't know what's going to happen with Josh Allen. But I have a funny feeling he's going to get intercepted a lot. So,
well, I would love it. I would love that Ramsey, McDaniel, Cam Smith, whoever gets in there. I think he's going
to get slammed to the ground a couple times too.
Hey, I would love it, man. I would love it. And
he's going to try that running stuff, and they're just going to smack him.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Him and Kristen Wilkins can have some fun, So
yeah. You look at that. I mean, like I said, that's 3 of those 4 should be like almost guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The Chargers, there's no excuse for going across country. Okay, it's the first game of the season. Get your butt over there early and acclimate.
Yeah, no, I agree. Last year that was one of the worst games on the Dolphins schedule last year. We just went out there. We played the 49ers out on the West Coast, stayed out on the West Coast, played the Chargers, and we just like the 49ers, we were basically in the game almost, but the Chargers just never felt like we were in the game. Nothing went right. Tyreek Hill got that one touchdown on a fluke play where he picked up the fumble and ran it in. But that was a bad game from Tua. It was a bad game overall. And hopefully those games are behind us now and we go out there. Because Tua and Herbert are 1-1 when they faced each other in NFL. So now Tua got to get on the winning docket. This is the rubber game, like of a 3-game baseball series. We gotta take it, let Tua have a winning record going into the to the next contest they face. And these guys are going to be going against each other for years because I think Tua's going to be here for a long time. Herbert's going to be out there for a long time. So they're going to be compared to each other for years to come. And we're going to see who can hold that Lombardi trophy first is what the bottom line. I don't care about stats because Herbert might have better stats just because he has a huge arm or whatever and how they toss the ball around. And McDaniel may try to run the ball a little bit more this year, but who knows? Tua can put up the numbers too. He proved last year when needed. So you never know. Should be fun. But yeah, Herbert and Tua to start the season, I think that's an entertaining game. I like that, like you said, that they got the Dolphins big road trip of the year out of the way first. because historically the Dolphins travel more than any team almost. They're always in the top part of, like, you know how they count total mileage of a team travel? Dolphins are always up there because
we're always going across the pond.
I know, yeah, they're going across the pond, and then also just our division opponents that we have to travel north for every year because we got to go all the way up to, you know, to play the Bills. We got to go play the Jets, and we got to go play New England. So every year we got more travel miles. That's why I always said our division was like the Dolphins, Jacksonville, Tampa, and Atlanta. You know, screw the conferences, just re-conference those teams, and you know that'd be like a less travel for the Dolphins. But it doesn't matter. Like you said, these guys get paid big money to win football games. So I don't care if they're on planes, trains, or automobiles. Just go out there and win some football games.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You know, it's got to happen. It's going to happen. As long as we can keep the nucleus of our team together, you know, Tyreek Hill can't run around smacking people in the back of the neck and things like that. Know. You know, you gotta be better than that as a Miami Dolphin.
No, you do. I mean, that's what I say. He may miss some game. He may miss that first game of the season. You know, who knows? I agree with you 100%. Oh, Fins.
Hoorah.
Fins up. To discuss. Thank you, Steve. United States Marine Corps. Thank you very much for your service.
United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service, Steve. Which gives me a good reminder, guys. If you do like what you see and if you think we've earned it, can you tackle that fins up button? But yes, here on YouTube, they call it the thumbs up button. And if you really earned it, and only if you really earned it, nail a laser pass at that subscribe button. We're all things Dolphins. We love the Dolphins, and it's all I talk about here on Dolphins Thirsty. So anyway, Hank, I know we don't have too much more, so we can cut the show short here in a few minutes. I know you're worrying about getting that Corvette taken care of. You're communicating with them as we speak. That's great because that's going to be a beautiful car. You have to have it. You know, the one thing you know, you're going to have it before the first of the season. That Corvette, guys, that you see in the picture is a, you know, basically
drop.
Right? It's a drop. You know what he wants his car to look like. It's just a demo, but he has a Corvette and he wants that wrap on the Corvette. So he's going to be looking sharp coming down here to all the Dolphin games this year.
Over in the southeast corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I'll be as close to those tennis courts as I can get, Thirsty.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that'd be great. I know you said you've always been right next to where you tailgated was always right next to where you walked into the stadium. So
yeah, I would walk down the tunnel and right. You know, you had to go through the tunnel and up,
right,
to go. And I'm actually, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually handicapped. A lot of people don't know that.
No, so, I didn't know that.
That's why I don't travel over to see Big E. That's why I don't travel over to see a lot of people. I kind of just hang out in my area. I have a problem with my foot. And right now, I've been in a boot for a couple months now. And what happens is pieces of bone break off on the bottom of my foot, and then I have to get it operated on and taken out.
Oh, ouch. Sounds.
So it's a degenerative thing where it's going to happen through the years.
Right.
So this has been going on for a while, the fact that there's something in there. Yep. So now it's a matter of, do I want them to operate or do I just deal with the pain? So
yeah. Well, I know I see Deion Sanders recently has some issues with, but he has it was like blood clots. So they were thinking they may have to amputate his foot, but they did not have to. But so he's going to be ready to go. But man, no, that's painful, man. The feet, you know, your feet because your feet are vital, you know.
Yeah, but I love my Dolphins.
Hey, I know you're going to come no matter what, man. You are coming. So, but I agree with you. Hammer time. Health, talent, ain't nothing without that kick-ass coaching staff for real. So let's just hope that we do kick butt. I do believe that. I mean, I'd get worried, Hank, because I know you're very optimistic. I'm an optimistic guy too. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I just get a little bit worried about too much bragging until I see it. Like I say, December 30th, 2000. That's the last time the Miami Dolphins won a playoff game. And
Rob,
I think that was Lamar Smith.
You know what? You've listened to these people that are hoping that Tua's going to get hurt too much. You know what? That's what you're listening to. That's what's in the back of your mind, I bet.
Yeah.
Tua's not the problem.
Oh, I
Don't
know
worry
Tua,
about
but even if Tua stays healthy, I still don't know if we're gonna win as many games as I want, because I've set the bar at, the floor I set at 10. So to me,
we're definitely, we're doing the over. It's 9.5. We're definitely doing the over.
yeah,
on
that is over 9.5 on the Dolphins.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. No doubt. Unless, like I said, you remember what I said. We come out only winning 2 of those first 4, we're in trouble.
I know, but last year the Dolphins were 8.5 to start the season. And then when they got to 8 wins so easy, everyone's, oh, this is so easy money. They had to go to the last week of the season to get over that 8.5. So, it's like, shows that Vegas a lot of times know what they're talking about, which is scary, because they don't have those big hotels out in Vegas because they don't know what they're talking about, So
hey, I tell you, I'm glad I got my bets in early before Miami started doing all this offseason stuff, because I got a much better rate than you'll get now on your betting and your gambling.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I got much better odds that Miami won't do it.
Okay. Hey, that's good stuff, man. I don't know. I'm not much of a gambler, because especially when it comes to the Dolphins, because I don't like betting with my heart, and that's what I do when I would bet with the Dolphins. To me, it's like Dolphins are going to win. I can never bet against the Dolphins, so that's why I don't bet at all.
It's a couple hundred every year that I bet. I bet the same bet every year. And a guy that I know, his name's Nigel, over in the UK, he bets the same thing I do. I bet on the AFC Championship, the Dolphins to win their division. I bet on AFC Championship to win, and I also bet on Super Bowl to win every single year.
Well, it hasn't panned out too well for you over the past few years.
It hasn't. But I haven't spent that much. Like I said, it's only like
I'm just teasing.
Couple $100. Nowadays, it's a couple $100. So back in the day, it was probably like $20, $50. You know what I mean?
Don't bet on it one year, and that'd be the year they do it. So
that'd be the year I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all good.
You know who I won the most money on, believe it or not, is the Dallas Cowboys. The year, I think it was 92 or 93, they went and they just knocked the snot out of somebody in the Super Bowl, and the score stayed the same. And I was in one of them box things, and I just kept winning and winning and winning.
That's great. That was probably like one of the years they beat up on Buffalo or something.
They beat up on somebody, but the score stayed the same for a while, and I just kept winning.
I know. Hey, that's fun, man. When you keep on winning those things.
Yeah, I think I won 2/4 of it. It was like 2/4 of it, and that's a lot.
It is in those square games that they call it. The square.
Yeah. They call them boxes or whatever.
Yeah, boxes, squares.
Like a football pool or whatever you call it.
I never do well in it, but yeah, the youth baseball coach where my son used to play for, now my son's in college, but every year during the Super Bowl, he always, and I never won crap. So at least, hey, you won for us, so that's good.
That's the one that I've won the most on, and I remember it because I was TAD down in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
That's how I remember, because I would go down to the beach and hang out during the day and then go work at night and, do whatever they needed me to do because I was down there assisting them. Yeah. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I went to the on-base pub, whatever they're called again.
Yeah.
On base where everybody drinks, the enlisted club. Right. And I went there, and everybody was there hanging out, having a great time. It was a great time. And I just went and bought some boxes. I bought about 4 boxes, and I think they were like $20 each or something. Yeah. And I think I wound up walking out of there with close to $600.
Hey, wow, that's awesome. I hate to admit it, I did win money on the Patriots one year, winning the Super Bowl when they played the Rams. And because that's the one year I was in Vegas. So, and I said, people are saying, hey, let's go. We don't have this out in Florida. Let's go actually walk into a sports book and watch the Super Bowl. See people act crazy. People that don't even care about the team one way or the other. But they bet on everything out there in Vegas. So every play, like, no, I didn't have him scoring a touchdown or something. So it's like, but I bet on New England to win, but not only, but I said that they would win by at least 7, which paid off a lot more money, and then they did. So I won money on the Patriots. I hate to admit it, but the money's still spent well anyway. So
right now, like I told you, take the over. Miami's going to win more than 9.5.
Well, I hope you're right, Hank, and I do. I mean, to me, the bottom line is 10. So I agree with you on that take, but I just don't know if I'm willing to put money because like I say, the Dolphins. I don't want to jinx anything. So let's just see.
No such thing.
I know there's no such thing, but in my mind, there's a jinx. I know
that would hold me back from saying so many things.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. There is no such thing as
people accuse me of that during the season too. Why'd you say that? Now you're gonna jinx us, and I'm like, come on, man. Are you serious? I can't jinx us.
No, I know, but I do. I know there's no such thing as a jinx, but believe me.
It's just my hopes and dreams is all I'm saying, Rob. It's my hopes and dreams.
Oh, when I was a kid, I would swear that my lucky shirt was winning the games until I didn't win a game. And then I said, well, I guess it's not my shirt. I would wear the same shirt to make sure that I go, oh, we won when I had this shirt on.
Wow, yeah. And for me, it was my underwear. I didn't quit wearing. Oh.
No, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's all good. Anyway, guys, I think it's about time to wrap. With no news on the Dalvin Cook. Yeah, I know. With that, no news really on the Dalvin Cook other than, like you pointed out yesterday, Hank, it's more of hurry up and wait. Because like breaking news, Dolphins have a contract offer to Cook, but so do multiple
So does everybody else.
So does everyone else. Cook's going to wait it out. It seems like he's in no hurry. The young man's not desperate for money, so he's going to play his odds and try to get the most money out of a team he can. Hopefully, he wants to come home to South Florida.
Do you want the bad news, Rob?
What's that?
The bad news is he wants the money, and he's in no hurry. And Miami doesn't feel like they need a running back, and they're in no hurry.
No, I know. No, that's it. That's why.
So when are they going to both smarten up, realize they need each other, and just do something in the middle and let's get it done?
Yeah, that's what I want, man. And I want, like I said, I want Kristen Wilkins signed. I would love a whole bunch of other people signed too, but unfortunately, there is a cap in the NFL, and you can only sign so many people because I would want Seiler here, Zach, I will call him. I always mess up the man's name. Zach Seiler. Every time I think I get it right, they say, no, it's Zeeler or it's Zeiler, but you guys all know who I'm talking about. I would love him to be signed, and I would love Connor Williams to be happy after this year because he came in and played above expectations. So, and speaking above expectation, please, if I've earned it, give me that thumbs up, which I like to say fins up. And you guys rock and Hammer. Well, they're not Hammer, but I always want to call you Hammer because I always thought Hammer Time was you for whatever reason. Because I remember Hank Goldberg, he's passed away now.
Well, I'm sitting right here with you. How can it be me?
I know now, but in the past, that's why I joked that day. Now I know. I said when he came in, I said, well, I know he's not you. Because to me, I always like, hammering Hank Aaron, Hank Goldberg. People called hammering Hank Goldberg back in the day, who was so all these guys. So I just think hammer Hank for whatever reason. I always said, oh, that's like Hank in disguise until he started where I see your hands aren't moving and he's texting us. So. And Hammer Time even proved it for me one day. He chimed in. No, I'm not.
Yeah, because I was like, here you go. See?
Yeah, exactly. So that was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, if there's nothing else. What? Are you getting any good news? Or I thought maybe you were getting good news about.
No, that was Hammer Time coming back.
Oh. There you go.
See that?
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Oh, that's for that was the old one. Yeah. Let's see. Nah, there you go. Not just I'd be smarter if I was Hank. Hey, it's hard to be smarter than Hank, though. I don't know, man. So,
I'm not that smart. Trust me.
Yeah, I know you're on my show, so how smart can you be? So.
No, hey, I'm glad
it's
to
all
be here.
so fun.
Speaking of which, I appreciate you having me on. And, you know, like I said, you can always catch Bobby and I at 12 noon on Saturdays.
On the Fins Talk Sports Network.
That's right.
Here on YouTube. Always great stuff. Bobby, if you're listening, try to get me an article about Dalvin Cook getting an offer from the Dolphins. That's what I have to do today. I just been busy, haven't gotten to it, but I'm going to try to do that, update my Dolphin Thirsty website. Thank you guys. Hank, as always, it's a pleasure. And I will see you soon, and you can get that Corvette rocking and rolling. Oh,
yeah, hopefully they'll get it done.
Let me do one more comment before I'm out of here. And he goes, I'm a new fan. Yes, sir. Thank you, Hammer. Thank you, Hammer Time. That is awesome. Always glad. I'm just here to talk Miami Dolphins football. I love it when you guys come. I would drop links if you guys ever want to join the show. I'm always willing to do that. Let me know in the future. But now it's time to say bye. I'm going to throw up Mark Duper and Tyreek Hill here telling you to hit those magical buttons. Fins up and Dolphins #1, baby. Dolphin number